WNY watercooler.com.
Fuck you all! Fuck the fucking Patriots! I don't give a shit! Yes! Yes! Let's go, Bill! Throw it! Throw it! Throw it! Yeah! 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 Goddamn right!
Good times, there's gonna be good times, good times.
For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed.
Oh, get stressed, motherfucker! I give up!
I know there's gonna be
Work every day till we meet ends. Have to turn it up on weekends. Boss a toast to your real friend. Tell me why you're drinking now.
I know there's gonna be
He running about the money on the road. Good time, good times. It's gonna be some good times. Man, we used to
Welcome back.
fight at that hood time.
Welcome back. WNYwatercooler.com podcast. We got me, the host, Steve, and look for us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. We got Coast.
What's up, Jam Man?
Patriot week, I guess.
Biggest game of the millennium.
I'd say Bills Chiefs was last year, but I guess it didn't really count.
Biggest regular season game. Bigger than the last time we played them. And division on the line. Going on the road to play an inferior opponent. And I don't know, man. McDermott's coaching to my respect. I'll tell you that much. I don't know if I can come back from a sweep against a rookie quarterback. And he better figure it out and get it done.
I'm sure he will. You know, he's such a great coach and he has such a great quarterback. I'm sure we'll roll right through him.
I mean, we'll see who ends up playing, but New England's pretty banged up offensively, a wide receiver, and the weather isn't going to be like it was a couple weeks ago. They're going to have to throw. And who is he throwing to? Bourne's on the COVID list. I know Aguilar's hurt. So it's going to be a lot of Henry and Johnny Smith and running the ball. And
Yeah, we never have problems with tight ends from New England, so that's good.
well, when you have no receivers that can catch, it's a little different than when you're going up against Brady.
Meyer's still playing. He's their best receiver.
He's their best receiver as far as like having 4 for 42.
Well,
He's got one touchdown in like 30 career games.
Well, it doesn't matter. We have the
You're
inferior
banged up.
coach. McDermott's what? 2-9 against him?
2. Didn't we beat them in
No.
I guess the year that Brady was suspended, maybe it was before McDermott.
Yeah, it was. We only beat him when there's no fans in the stands and they have Cam
The
Newton.
fans? Would you give it up for the fans? The fans are irrelevant. Seriously, this fan take is horrible. It's a horrible take.
Why are we 8-6 this year then?
Why are we 8-6 this year? Because we're 0-5 in one-score games, and last year we were 5-1. It has nothing to do with fans. It's just luck. I mean, think back to last year. The Rams game easily could have lost. We got that pass interference. Trying to think back to some other one-score game. I mean, the Cardinals game we did lose. That was a joke. These one-score games are just, there's a lot of luck. And to lose 5 out of 5 is unlucky. It has nothing really to do with anything else. I mean, it's just, you get one bad call here. It's like, it has nothing to do with the fans.
I think our non-Pro Bowl quarterback taking a sack on the last drive of all those games. So we got a Pro Bowl left tackle. So
Taking a sack? What are you talking about?
he takes a big sack in every fucking huge moment of his entire career.
Oh, so you're calling slipping on 4th down a sack?
He probably took a sack earlier in that drive. I don't remember, but probably did.
Your takes on Allen and the fans are the worst takes ever. You're so lost.
What
when
are
it
your
comes to
takes on
Allen.
the coach?
You're-
What are your
you're-
takes on the coach? Oh, I love him. He's the best coach ever. Oh, I hate him. He's the worst coach ever. Oh,
I
he
never
stepped
said
on
he's the
a.
worst coach ever. I said you can't.
He's coaching for your respect all of a sudden. You said he was.
Are
You said he
gonna
was the
have
best
respect
coach in the
for-
league a few months ago.
You can't get swept this season by Bill Belichick.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll lose a ton of respect for him. 100%.
I
should have won the first matchup.
If I had enough time on my hands, I'd go back and listen to you praising him as the best coach in the league. You definitely said he was the best coach in Bill's history. I mean,
He might have been. He might have been. He's made if we make the playoffs this season, that's 4 out of 5. But I'm going to lose a ton of respect for him if we get swept by Mac Jones.
oh wow, we sweep the Jets and Dolphins and we fall ass backwards in the playoffs.
Wait, what? This season?
If we could easily lose the Patriots game and still make the playoffs. Most likely we will.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends what happens in the Steelers-Chiefs game. Steelers winning is not good for us at all. So, but, I mean, we'll see. But you're right. We're 10-7. We're probably making it, especially after Cleveland's kind of out now. I don't know. We were talking. You were accusing me of being a hypocrite about McDermott.
That's clear.
And then I brought up point differential, which you
Okay.
talked about on this podcast.
Yeah, I do
about
like.
how point differential means something, and then according to that, we're the best team in the NFL. So, like, what are we?
We're like I don't know, like a boomer bust. Like it's like that episode of Seinfeld. If you're on the porch and it's not good lighting, you're ugly. But if you have that beautiful ring light on the camera, you played against the fucking backup Panthers quarterback and the Jets and the Dolphins. I don't know. I guess. I mean, our offense is more explosive than the Patriots, but
we have a better strength of victory than them.
yeah, I'm not saying that they're better than us. I'm just saying that they are better coached and they didn't lose to the Jags, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you there. The Jags game, I still have I don't know. I have a tough time taking them really seriously ever since that. But I don't know.
And yet you're out here like praising them. Any criticism I have for them is like maniacal, but you're basically agreeing with everything I say. Except, Allen, he didn't take a sack against the Titans, which...
your Allen takes are awful. I truly don't understand.
So it's unlucky that we're 0-5 in these crucial games.
The losses to Tampa and Tennessee and New England were basically unlucky. And the loss to
Titans and Tampa, I could get there. The Patriots game... We was not unlucky against the Patriots. We got gifted a touchdown.
We had 2 chances to score at the end.
We got gifted a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could blame coaching too in the first quarter, where we just didn't really seem like we were trying to score. Which, even though we had the wind at our back and we had amazing field position, we're still running the ball. That game was a joke. So,
I don't understand what we were doing that whole game.
You could say it wasn't lucky that we lost, but it just wasn't a realistic game. It was just
okay, I could get there on that game too.
But in the Jags game, we didn't deserve to win. We played total shit, but it was still it could have easily won. These games. So people like to have the take that all we do is beat the bad teams. We destroy the bad teams, and I hate that take because that's what you should do if you're a good team. And then you win half of your 1-score games, and you're 12-4. That's how teams have really good records. You blow out the bad teams. You play good teams close, and you win some, you lose some. We've just lost every single one. Even if we won 2 of those games, we're 10-4, and we're in first place in the conference. So that's just how close it is from being this team is falling apart, and what are they, to being yeah, they're the best team in the AFC.
Yeah. So that's not just all on the coach. Are you never going to blame Josh Allen for anything?
No, I blame him for stuff. I think he's the. I think he's. I personally think he's the
You're gonna
best.
stroke out.
I think he's the best quarterback in the AFC. I think Rodgers, he might be better. But other than that, I wouldn't trade Allen for Rodgers. But I think he's one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the league. I think he makes mistakes. I think he's not perfect, but he's.
Wow, what a bold take out of you.
Well, what game? I mean, I'm comfortable playing. I mean, you can blame him for the Jags game. I'd be fine with that. He's able to beat them single-handedly. And I don't know what the hell happened in that one, but I don't know. It's tough to blame him for some of these games.
It's easy for me to.
Allen for losing?
I mean, I would say all of our games. I mean, the Colts game. What did he do in the Colts game that was so?
But you say wins and losses aren't a quarterback stat. You say that. So
yeah, well, that's true.
For every single loss, why is every loss his fault? Then?
He contributes to the loss. I'm not saying it's all his fault. I mean, our defense. I don't understand what our defensive line does. We have people love Jerry Hughes because of his pressure rate, which. It's the most. That's another analytical bullshit fucking made up thing. Oh, pressure rate. Guess what? Good quarterbacks can make a completion under pressure. So what does that even mean? I don't understand.
I'm also seeing. Yeah, we've been talking about him in pressure rate for years, but we never see him actually do anything.
Yeah.
To change a game and
pressure rate.
I've seen stats too about how our run defense and I don't know, some bullshit made up analytical success rate shit is really good. I just don't see it when I watch the games. I don't know.
Because they say, oh, we gave up the 9th fewest runs between 10 and 20 yards, but yeah, we get up the most 50-yard touchdown runs. But
if you hold a running back to no gain on 8 runs, but then give him 2 runs for 50 yards,
what's the difference?
Bad.
Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah. That's not good. So I don't know. I don't buy that. But
I can never keep all these bullshit, fake ass math things straight because one says one thing, the other says the other thing, and then it's somehow McDermott's horrible at all this stuff, but actually he's middle of the road, and I don't get it. I never understand it.
Yeah, that 4th down thing where he was top half of the league. I actually wasn't surprised by it because I really don't get that mad at him for 4th down decisions. This 4th down stuff is out of control, first of all. It's just totally out of control. How obsessed the, NFL media is about 4th downs, it's just it's just so, I hate it. I just hate it.
A lot of it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm not going to pump.
It's just the game. It's the games are boiled down now. What people care about. All that people care about is what do coaches do on 4th down, and that's it doesn't matter if you turn the ball over 4 times or whatever else happens.
Take a bad sack and fumble the ball.
One situation,
yeah, they don't remember the sacks that Allen take on 2nd down in the 13-yard line when we need to score, or when our running back fumbles without even getting touched. Yeah, they don't take that into consideration.
I think you're just looking for it, man. I think you want him to fumble and get sacked so bad that whenever it happens, you're just
if it was maybe if it was more infrequent, I wouldn't look for it so much. I guess.
No, I mean he did get sacked against the Pats, I remember. But
yeah, inside the 20. You tell me he doesn't take sacks to get us out of field goal range twice a year in crucial spots.
Well, I mean, anytime you get sacked out to get out of scoring range, it's not, it's crucial. So, and I'm sure it happens to every quarterback in the league, though. Quarterbacks get sacked, and he gets sacked fewer than most. So, and of all the plays that he's...
Is that true?
I think so, yeah. And also, if you think about, Sorry.
Coyote problem.
If you think about when he does get sacked, he gets sacked, takes us out of field goal range, and tries to do something stupid. How many times does he make an amazing play by doing that shit? You can't ignore all the times that he scores points for us by running around and trying to make guys miss, whatever. You know, he is definitely a net positive in my mind when it comes to that. Does he get sacked sometimes for losses that take us out of field goal range? Definitely. But he, makes good plays way more often.
He's 17th most sacked quarterback in the league, if this is up to date. So, yeah, he's middle of the road. Although our left tackle's a Pro Bowler, so
And he throws a ton. He throws how many passes?
he does throw more. So I guess drop back percentage or whatever fucking math,
He doesn't get sacked a lot. He does not get sacked a lot. He does get sacked. He got sacked in a big spot in New England. I remember that.
Most big games he does. Almost all of them.
I can't think of any other one off the top of my head.
Houston in the playoffs. Colts in the playoffs. Kansas City, I'm sure he was sacked multiple times in the playoffs.
Colts in the playoffs.
Yeah, he got sacked and fumbled the ball, and we almost lost.
Well, teams, that shit happens, though. Like,
I guess. I mean, I don't remember the Bills ever sacking.
Every quarterback in the league.
But the Bills, when do the Bills ever have a big sack in a playoff game that causes a fumble? If it happens to every team.
We played 4 playoff games in 20 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been our quarterback for 4 years, so.
Okay, so Allen had a turnover that hurt us against Indy, a game that we won, in which he played really well. So, yeah, he
played pretty good.
Play. And then
we were going against Philip Rivers. I mean,
Rivers was good.
Well, the tight ends were wide open, so that helped.
But I just think the point is, my opinion, you blow out of proportion his bad plays and you just ignore his good plays.
Yeah.
He makes bad plays.
Okay,
sure.
I do that.
Every
fine.
Quarterback does.
I do that. I do that. So what? I think that I give Diggs credit.
Bottoming from, you deep down just want him to stop.
No, I want him to be better. I have high expectations, like for my children. When they disappoint me.
Expectations. He's going to throw for, he's going to have 36 touchdowns and he might have.
In a 17-game season. Wow.
Okay, so after the Falcons game, he might have 36 touchdowns, 4,300 yards.
And how many wins against winning record teams? 1?
Yeah, well, it depends. Miami might be 8-7.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that could be 3.
We need Miami to keep winning. Strength of victory.
I don't want any excuses after this game. You already have them, like, you must have like this fucking Rolodex, or do you have one of those like things taped to your arm that just Josh Allen excuses, and then you have like 3 little fucking cards that you pull up and you're looking at them all through your wrist. I know this isn't a visual medium right now, but I'm looking at my sleeve on my arm and just rolling up all these excuses you're gonna have for him. Oh, there was a gust of wind.
What am I making excuses for?
Allen, when he loses to the Patriots again.
Okay.
We're dogs. We're underdogs.
Yeah, that's a joke. I think we should be favored by 7.
Well, that's realistic. We just lost to him by 4 at home. We scored.
In a hurricane. That game is irrelevant to anything.
I didn't even have chapped lips after the game.
I have no clue.
I didn't even have chapped lips.
What?
I didn't even have chapped lips after the game.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that windy.
Said they were playing in a tornado.
Well, outside the parking lot.
We don't know anything about how we match up to that first time this year, or vice versa. That game is a total throwaway, obviously. So how defensive side of the ball, McDermott, we talked about it probably. He had a ton of success against rookie quarterbacks. I expect them to be able to confuse Jones, and I don't think their offense should be able to do much of anything against us. Harris might not play. I don't know. He's questionable. He hurt his hamstring. And it's going to be Stevenson. And their running backs, they usually kill us, but
they could pull a guy off the street tomorrow and he'll have a $150 against us.
But I expect our defense to be able to play very well against them. And what am I going to say now?
Look through the excuses.
I expect our defense to do well against them. Offensively, I'm concerned about our line. As especially if we don't get Dawkins back, because we had basically four backups playing last week. So if you consider that
Against the
like
Panthers?
everyone around, I mean, we didn't have our starting left tackle in, left guard. The only starter that was playing in the right position was Morse.
Why did we move this dickhead to left tackle then?
I'm wondering that, and I was, I brought that up maybe to you guys. I don't remember. Like, why not keep
Who else
all
do you
the
talk
other
to? You
positions
don't talk to
intact
anyone else.
and take your chances at left tackle?
Your
And
priest?
someone owned me. I can't remember who. But I thought that we should have just kept, because Brown was lost.
Well, I mean, the Panthers' defense played pretty well in the game, but
Well, they have a really good defense, and then Brown in the first like 4 drives had like a holding, like a false start, a downfield, a personal foul.
yeah, there were a bunch of penalties. We take a lot of penalties for having this like religious zealot guy that's supposed to be such a detail-oriented individual.
The penalties are out of control, especially from the old line, because they're killing.
Crucial.
I mean, the first couple drives we had holding, a personal foul, and a false start. Like we screwed ourselves. I don't know. It seemed to me, since we haven't even talked about Carolina yet, it seemed to me that game we got up 14-0, and we were just like, all right, we're not gonna do like anything. We're not even gonna try. Like we're just gonna be vanilla.
Nothing happened in the game.
Yeah, I was fine with it. I was not concerned at all with us like winning.
I go to these home games. I mean, I've been saying it all year. We've had the worst home schedule of all time. I mean, we had one primetime game, which in the parking lot was a tornado. I mean, inside it was pretty cozy, but we play these teams. It's just like I had to take like caffeine pills.
What has been the best home game yet?
The third quarter against the Steelers? I don't know. Then they block the punt, and it's like, ugh. Nothing's happened this entire. I don't remember anything from this entire home season. It's like last year. It's like I don't even, was I at the games last year? This year, it's like nothing happened this year.
So the quarterbacks that you've seen are Roethlisberger, Heineke, Mills.
Did Tua even start for the Dolphins? No.
I think he did. Or did he get pulled? Did Brissett start? Did Tua come in? I don't know.
Brissett started. The Jets had a backup quarterback too.
You haven't played the Jets yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so you played Tua, and then you played then the Patriots, I guess, and
it's just been
in that shitty game, and then Cam Newton. Wow, what a terrible slate of games.
I said it in April. I said it in August. I've been saying it. It's like I'm playing against Allen. It's like, oh, this is boring. This guy sucks.
And you're gonna play, and then you got Matt Ryan and
in the ice.
Zach Wilson coming up. Wow, that's great. That's unbelievable.
It's just brutal. It's truly.
Maybe that's why we sucked at home, because these games are just so hard to get up for, because these teams are so terrible.
How has any team in the AFC East lost a game outside of the division or conference? We've had the easiest schedules. I mean, no wonder the Dolphins have rattled off 7 in a row, and the Patriots have rattled off 7 of 8.
Yeah. I mean, none of these in our division. Like, I mean, New England hasn't beaten anyone. Miami probably hasn't beaten anyone. But
I mean, the Patriots won at the Chargers, but
the Chargers are such a weird.
They're up and down. They're like us, but their coach goes for it all the time, and ours doesn't, and they have the same record. So, yeah, I mean, does that give him a boner, or does he have to check his prostate because of that? That we have the same fucking record, we do this shit. I don't know.
It's actually a good comparison. Was I gonna say? But that's still a good win for them. So they beat them, we beat the Chiefs, and other than that, it's just garbage. Their win over the Titans is a joke.
Yeah, they beat the Titans with nobody. I don't think they had A.J. Brown or Tennery.
Yeah, so they're just. I just don't think they're very good. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, Jones. They didn't trust him against us at all. Can't blame them.
The Patriots. They're just like fundamentally sound. They don't do anything great, but they don't do anything bad. And
Yeah, and
they win
definitely
on the
have a good-
margins. They win on the fucking margins, and that's mostly what the NFL is. Unless you
Yeah,
have a
they-
real quarterback like Mahomes or Jackson.
They definitely have a good, Jesus, definitely have a really good defense. Although they haven't, when they play good running teams, they've given up yards. So they've just played a weak. I don't know how good their defense is. It's kind of like you say the same thing about ours, but they have played terrible quarterbacks.
How did Basham play more snaps than Rousseau in the Carolina game? I don't understand our draft strategy.
Because you don't need to run. There's no word. Probably because Basham's a better run stopper, and you know Carolina's not gonna. Although Rousseau's good against the run, I guess. So I hear.
Yeah,
But
I
on
heard
the
that.
moves, that offense is just so terrible. How they
Yeah.
scored 2 touchdowns? Oh, they threw a pick. That was Allen threw a pick.
Shocker.
That was one of their touchdowns. I can't even remember the other touchdown.
I couldn't remember one game this entire year.
Yeah,
So
that's
I,
brutal.
I mean, I guess I remember the preseason game. It was 150 degrees. I think my shoes were melting, but thank God I had a pool party after
The teams have
that.
been terrible. The weather's been terrible. It's just been a horrible. After a season, after not being able to watch last season in person, like you guys get screwed so bad this year. I actually kind of feel bad for you.
Yeah, I almost feel like, wow, maybe I should have been a coach and like hid my basement from the Omicron virus or whatever China virus all fucking decade, whatever this, however long this has been.
Well,
But
yeah.
Jesus Christ. So the dickhead Beasley's out, which I don't even care. I mean, okay,
I don't care either.
Beasley's pretty all right, but what? I mean, put Speedy out there, run a couple of plays for him, and I think that you can use McKenzie just as well, at least like in certain situations. Gabe Davis, okay. I'll give Allen credit on that one. That pass, that touchdown to Davis was incredible. I mean, I'll still give Gabe most credit on it, but that was a great touchdown.
I think that Beasley being out could help us because I've been kind of saying it for weeks now. We throw him the ball. It's like we're trying to use him like as the running game, but like we throw him swing passes, which I think are wastes of plays. He doesn't do anything after the catch at all. Like he's clearly not as good as he was. Like I thought he was really. I mean, the last 2 years I thought he was great. This year he's like, yeah, he can catch short passes, but he's like not doing anything when he catches the ball. So
You have to use him between like 6 and 11 yards down the field. Shorter than that and longer than that never works.
Yeah, I think but I'm excited to see McKenzie and maybe Stevenson play more, and they have more. We need more speed out there for sure.
You
And
should have drafted a
Sanders
receiver
healthy.
instead of these shit ass defensive linemen.
I don't think losing Beasley hurts us at all.
Yeah,
Really.
I mean, short term, I don't think it does either. I don't know
And-
if McKenzie, if we have enough plays for McKenzie to. I mean, it seems like the guy can't run routes. He can only run like parallel the line of scrimmage. But I don't get why we can't just send Speedy down the field on 1 or 2 plays and take a couple shots. I mean, maybe even Sanders will play again, but I think putting Sanders out there instead of Gabe Davis is just a horrible idea.
I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't.
I thought they wouldn't do that 10 weeks ago. They still did.
I think Sanders' role, if he's out there, will be like in the Beasley role. I think.
Ideally.
Yeah, I think Gabe is like he's the man now. I think he could go off the rest of the season.
Yeah. Then we're
Allen throws to him, and Allen trusts him. I mean, shit. He like it seems like he might get as many touches now. I still don't understand why we're not throwing him Diggs, but other than against Carolina, I think we kind of
suppress his contract.
Yeah, we didn't try to do.
I think that we need to get Davis. It should be Diggs and Davis show pretty much. Although I mean
agree.
Singletary, I always kind of like Singletary. Give him like 15, 18 touches at most, but other than fumble.
I don't see him having 10 carries against the Pats. I don't think we're gonna run it at all.
If fucking Stinger Dayball doesn't come out with a completely different game plan than we've shown most this year. I mean, I've been sending this guy Jim's gift cards all fucking fall, He better have been using them, eating some stinger subs, and designing an offense specifically for this game. This game is so crucial. I can't, like you said to begin with, I think, I mean, it's a half hour ago. This game, if we lose this game, it's just like, what are we doing here?
Exactly. That's how I feel. You cannot get swept by the Patriots. I would have given them a split. That's fine. You have division rivals. You split with them. We used to split with Miami all the time in the early '90s. But you can't get swept by them. You just can't. You're supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite. It would be so embarrassing for this organization. It would just be like somehow a new low point. Even though like it would just be so bad. It can't happen. It really can't.
Can't even rank the low points. After we give this franchise $1 billion to build the exact replica
Are you
stadium.
there?
Yeah, I'm here. Build an exact replica stadium across the fucking street. But did you read that article about how the guy from Boston radio is like, oh, the Bills Super Bowl window closed already?
Yeah, I did. It's just they're trolling us, obviously. But,
yeah, but that's great.
But if they sweep us, they're not wrong. They really aren't. It's like,
well, I mean, the window closed, and McDermott's pretty young.
I know, but just as far as like the Patriots, one season, Brady's gone, we win the division, and then the Pats win the division the next season with a rookie.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I mean that's there was
pathetic.
I mean it's obviously pathetic and embarrassing, but there was something analogous to that with what was the last dynasty like? I can't even think of it now. There's where like they had one more like the Bills they had one more year in 2000 or 99 where they were still good and then they fell off. So it could be analogous to that, but
well in '94
or maybe
could have this wrong. '93 we went to the Super Bowl. '94 we didn't even make the playoffs, and Miami probably won the division that year. And then we came right back in '95 and won the division and then smoked Miami in the playoffs.
yeah.
Maybe that's like kind of similar, but then I don't know, man. We still had our guys in '95. It wasn't like Kelly was gone and Todd Collins came in and like took out Marino. It would be so pathetic for this organization to get swept by New England this season.
It would be on brand. It would be on brand for these scrubs, but
it would be on brand. Yeah, it would be. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic though.
oh wow,
win,
super fanboys, cautiously optimistic. I'm surprised.
What's the conversation next week if we win? Now all of a sudden it's like we're back as one of the favorites in the conference.
Well, yeah, it's gonna flip, and then I'm gonna go back through all these Twitter threads of Patriots fans, and I'm just gonna.
Oh, it's your favorite thing to do.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'll be busy. I'll be busy through the new year. I'm gonna have to call in all of January just to do it.
Oh my God. I hope you can do that.
Well, do you have any other takes on this game, or are we wrapping this up?
Well, I was just gonna ask because we were talking about it. Has there been any news on Dawkins? Is he just? Do we know anything? Is he just on the list?
They put him on the list, and they don't have to update him until they're activated.
He comes off the list. So, and then are we concerned?
Feliciano said he's in the ER. Did he just visit the ER because they had a good coffee shop?
Yeah, he said he was in the ER and got monoclonal treatment.
I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that.
There's no way he's playing. So it's gonna be. I hope Dawkins is back, but Dawkins has been like tweeting shit. So hopefully.
I don't get. Well, yeah, he's so busy in the hospital, but I don't get these players that. Well, I don't even. Whatever.
What?
How they're like, they come down with, then they're so ill. Well, like, I thought these guys are supposed to be like healthy. I guess it's just the fat idiots on the lines. I guess.
Well, the linemen are 350 pounds. I mean, they're probably like.
Yeah, but they're
amongst the most risky people.
Aren't they eating like healthy? I don't know. I guess nothing's healthy when you're that big.
I don't know, man. When you're 300 plus pounds.
So Allen's gonna test positive before like a playoff game or something.
I'd rather. I'm worried about.
I'd rather.
They're not testing anymore. They're not testing.
Well, you get random tests.
Yeah, like and you
So-
know the NFL, once the playoffs start, they ain't tested anything.
Well, yeah, they're not. So test him on Monday after this game. He could sit out the Atlanta game or the Jets game, and
Yeah,
then you're
win one of
done.
them.
And then you're done for 90. Well, we can easily win without him. What's he? Mitch Trubisky can't take a sack and throw a fumble, throw a interception.
No, this is what you do. This is what you do. You win Sunday. You beat Atlanta. You probably clinch the playoff spot. I don't give a shit if we're home or away. So as long as the one seed is out, you COVID positive Allen the Monday after the Falcons game, and then he comes off the list the Monday after the Jets game. And you can't even test him for 90 days. That's a smart move.
You give me credit all the time. Like you're so shocked that I always have good ideas and I'm always right. And
Nah, usually you don't. But that is a good. Because you're right, we could beat the Jets with Mitch for sure.
I mean, I'd take my chances, Mitchy boy, out there this week, but I still don't know what number. Is he 10? Is he wearing number 10?
Yeah, he's 10.
Yeah, he's 10. Oh, I gotta. Well, I should just look in my closet. I got the red. I bought the red jersey.
It's a red Mitch.
Yeah, on Sunday. It looked sharp, so I had to buy it.
Yeah.
He's coming over for Christmas, so I'll have him autograph it for me. Well, Christmas Eve. He's coming over Christmas Eve.
Let's hope that he never has to get his number 10 jersey.
I've been talking to his agent, so hopefully.
We'd be in some trouble if we need Mitch to take us anywhere.
Really? He made Matt Nagy look good. Josh Allen can't even make Sean McDermott look good. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
See.
All right. Well, what's your prediction for this game?
27-9 Bills.
24-23 Patriots.
Oh, another. Oh God.
Oh.
24-23. So that means we're not going to have Allen not scoring a TD at the end of the game.
We're gonna go for 2, and he'll
I don't think McDermott.
We'll be up 1. He'll throw a pick on it, going for 2, so we go up by 3, and there we'll return it for 2 points.
You think that if McDermott was in like the Harbaugh situation, what do you think he would do? I mean, I guess he was against Tampa, but
he'd go out there and kick a field goal and kick the extra point himself. He wouldn't.
You don't think he'd go for 2? Should we have gone for 2 against Tampa?
I don't know that shit.
No, wait, we kicked the field goal.
Yeah, we kicked
I guess should we have gone for it against Tampa? I didn't want him to go for it.
I didn't want him to go for it. I thought we had quote unquote the momentum there. We got the ball and we
got the ball and he beat us to a dead horse already, but Dave got the ball.
Well, yeah, Tom got the calls in overtime and we didn't. He got that bullshit 19-yard penalty. I mean, Evans just drew the penalty, I guess, but I mean. I tried to eliminate that from my memory. And then they had we had a breakdown on defense. And fucking Perriman? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because that penalty, they had it at 35 instead of the 15, and with second and 10 from the 15, we probably would have stopped them. Oh, well.
We were stopping him the whole second half, pretty much.
Yeah, Tampa scored 3 regulation points in the last 6 quarters.
Well, yeah, great. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week when we need the. Jesus. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, later.
Bills like Buffalo.
Go fuck yourself.
Shit, I'm all about the Bills like Thurman Thomas.
I don't tip, I pay bills. Bitches call me Buffalo.
Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Watch out for your cornhole, bud.
Okay, Lawrence.
Yes.